Okay, so this is Sunday, November the 13th. We're starting at the top of the closure for Bouquet Canyon Road, and it's about 2 o'clock. So this is 1281. As you can see, there's only about a foot of water that's flowing freely in the little river, but that's like 10 feet down from the road surface. 1306. This is the channel and the bridge that goes underneath. There's the water. Again, it's at least, it's not even halfway up in the pipe. Okay, this is the first place that we see water on the road, and this is not from the creek. This is actually from a spring that's coming on the other side of the road and coming across the road. Has nothing to do with the creek. There's the green slime. Here's the water that's coming down the road. Again, it's predominantly coming from the far side of the road. Okay, we are a little bit over half a mile in, and we're at the first turnout along the road there, and there's other than some water that's running in the gutter on the if you're going southbound on the right hand side, and a little bit on top of the road, but we haven't seen any road that is flooded, and we certainly haven't seen anything that is undermined. We're going to continue on. We're on the off-road trail or road that goes off of Bouquet Canyon. And again, as you can see, this is a very steep section. It's probably got a 5 or 6% grade, maybe more than that. And there's just no signs of any damage or water on the road. This is the water down below, which is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 feet below the top of the road surface. Okay, we've passed the 20-minute mark, which is about a 1 mile hike for myself, and although I'm going downhill, so I'm probably a little bit quicker. But as you can see, again, there is absolutely no water, no damage on this road. It's a perfectly clear and fine road, other than a tiny little bit of water about a third of the mile in. And as far as you can see, you can just see that it's a completely dry road. Okay, we're at the 26-minute mark of my hike down the road, and there's a tiny little bit of water on the opposite to the creek, and it's about 30 feet of a little bit of water, and that's about it. That's all the water we find here. But again, as you can see, going down the road, or if you want to go back up the road, there is absolutely nothing that would prohibit or require some special safety precautions for vehicles traveling up or down the road. Okay, this is, we're down in more of a flat section of the road, so I'm anticipating there should be some water in the road down here. I'm currently 30 minutes into the hike, so that would be about a mile and a half in, thereabouts, plus or minus. And again, as you can see, of course, it's a beautiful sunny day, and but on this stretch of the road, like virtually every other part, it's completely dry. There's no undermining of the road other than a tiny bit of green slime up above. There is no major safety hazard on the road that would cause this road to be closed. We're now walking up to this sign which says 1433. But again, there's no signs of any water on the road. Okay, we're coming up to about 33 minutes in, and I'm at the slippery when wet, next mile when wet. So I'm anticipating that if there is any serious situation, that this would be that area where the county, the U.S. Forest Service, the Fish and Wildlife, whoever, would make their case for this road to be closed. And we will find out what the next mile is like. Okay, we're just passing the 20-mile-an-hour zone, and we've got a tiny little bit of water here on the right-hand side of the road. And well, this might be the section where this 20-mile-an-hour speed zone is, where the only place that would indicate that there is a soft and mushy subgrade to the road base. The county or someone has come out here with orange spray paint and marked out an area where the roadway is very clearly deteriorated. But we're talking about maybe 100, you can see the orange spray paint along the side here, where this area is very poor pavement up to here. Okay, so this is a section of road up to here to there is approximately 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, about 100 feet. And there was an area that was patched at some other previous time along this section, which is basically what would be required below in the other area. So that may be the only area that they may be, honestly speaking, that there may be not a undermining of the road, but basically a degradation of the subbase caused by a high water table. Little bit of water on the left and the right hand side gutter, but there certainly is no undermining of the road here, and nothing that would indicate that this is a huge problem. On the left hand side of going around the corner, there's a tiny little bit of water in the gutter that's on the opposite side of the road to the creek, but the creek is basically probably 6 or 7 feet below the surface of the road here, probably even more than that, maybe 10 feet below the surface of the road. This is the area where the county cut out a section of the road and put a new culvert under the road from the storm structure on the opposite side of the road to the creek and down through the bottom over to this area here. But even in here, there is no standing water anywhere. So the county did an excellent job repairing the road and putting in a culvert that diverted the whatever water was from the east side of the road down to the creek side of the road. Okay, we're 40 minutes into the hike, and we're coming around about a 20-mile-an-hour corner, and the section that we just passed was fairly flat, and so you would anticipate there would be maybe a little bit of water accumulation there. But we're now in a section where the road is has a very good longitudinal running slope, and there is absolutely no water, no danger, no undermining, nothing, and the creek is very shallow in this area, and we're just going to continue on. So we're about a little bit over 2 miles into the road, and we don't see anything yet that would indicate that this road, due to water or any other reason, is a hazard for the commuters and the people that just want to enjoy a nice afternoon in a beautiful part of our great treasure of the Los Angeles forest, that we close this road. Okay, we're just south along that road, and again we've got a very small amount of standing water in the gutter, well outside the traveling lane of the Bouquet Canyon Road, and there is, on the opposite side of the road, there's a tiny bit of water at the side that would indicate that there's either some spring water down through there. Because of the bank, there's probably several springs that come in and make their way down to Bouquet Canyon. But again, as you can see, the surface of the roadway is completely dry, and as far as I can see here up to the next corner, it is completely dry. There's a little bit of a low spot back there, so it would be either, but you know, the creek bed below this roadway is probably at least 6 feet, maybe even 7 feet, where the top of the flow line of the water is. Here's a picture of the creek. As you can see, it's about down here where it's very flat, flow line. The water is maybe at best maybe a foot deep, but it is at least 10 or 12 feet below the road surface. Okay, we're coming up to the first campground on the Forest Service campground. Is closed, and again, my experience driving this road for years is that if there was any situation on this road that may provide, or that may be a safety hazard, we've already passed it. From this point on, the creek is generally much clearer, much less debris and weeds and stuff like that. This is a much deeper section. As you can see down here, you can see that the water's flowing down through here, and the channel is far cleaner than it is up above. And if you go down through here, this is a perfectly drivable road at the posted speed limit. I wish people would stay at the speed limit and be courteous when they do drive up. But unlike so many roads in California, people tend to sometimes speed, and that causes incidents and accidents and people dying. But for the residents that live on Bouquet Canyon, this road is a very important part of our life and our commute. We work at one end of this road. We take it every day. We go to our shopping, our doctors and our dentist appointments. A lot of people have their kids that use this road to go to the schools in Saugus or Newhall or Santa Clarita. We have safety concerns with 12 months of fire season. We have safety concerns for ambulances and emergency vehicles coming up and down a road that has major barriers on it. Even having to stop for 1 minute on both ways can be the deciding time for someone that needs help, that when help arrives, that it's too late. So I hope that the Board of Supervisors and the U.S. Forest Service and the county can take a look at this video and see that there really is no danger here, and we'd please like to have this road reopened. We're all reasonable people. If there was something serious here that I saw, something that would be a safety issue, as a licensed professional civil engineer for the state of California, for a person that spent the last 13 years dealing with construction safety, having to deal with 7 people that were killed in a construction zone, dealing with Cal OSHA, dealing with the state, dealing with the county, dealing with the city. I see nothing here that would indicate or cause reason for this road to be closed. Thank you. This is Randall McFarland, licensed civil engineer for the state of California.